What's up YouTube, it's your boy Magsy back with another video today. In today's video guys is going to be part 2 of the 5 cards and products that you should be looking to buy in 2021. I'm looking to update this list. If you watched my last video, you'll notice that I put my money where my mouth was, guys. You know, I don't just say, hey, go buy these products based on looking on eBay. I put my money where my mouth was and I went out and bought some of the products, so I'm updating the list, my watch list, to look at new products that I'm looking at. Make sure to check out the last video where I cover that, as well as the original video of 5 things that you should invest in if you haven't already done so. It's been my most successful video so far, so guys, thank you very much to all of those who showed support. So this one, guys, is going to be a little bit different. So yes, it's going to be predominantly Pokemon, but like I said, you know, we're going to be doing more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on this channel, so there's going to be some Yu-Gi-Oh cards on that list as well. So let me know down in the comments below if you watched the last 2 videos, if you ended up buying some of those products yourself. And without further ado, let's hop into this first item. So guys, let's pick up where we left off in this last video and hop into the first item, which is the Vivid Voltage Sword and Shield number 66 Charizard promo. So the last time I took a look at this card, guys, the raw card alone was worth, you know, $250 to $300 Canadian, which is pretty crazy. And since I made that video, the price has actually tanked a lot. Like PSA 9s are going for $300, and now, like you see here, like $185. The PSA 10s were selling for, let's take a look. Actually, they were selling for like $600, I swear. You know, this would have been a while ago, but yeah, see, this is $520. Like they've dropped in price. So I still stand by this card and I still stand by this product. I think that the Vivid Voltage promos are awesome. Like, I have the Lugia, like I mentioned in the last video as well. And this promo card, I think it's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. It's actually a really cool looking Charizard as well, and the fact that it's from the build and battle kits will make that a little bit more valuable. So this is still on my watch list for 2021. I haven't given up on it. I don't think you should either. The fact that it's dropping in price is actually pretty good. Remember, guys, like with stonks, buy the dips. So we're going to buy the dip with this one maybe in the next coming month or so. And yeah, let's hop in to the next card. So guys, card number 2 on this list, again, is from the first video. I never pulled the trigger on it. I was looking at it. It's just to one of those things where spending a lot of money on a raw card for this one, I really wanted it. I just never pulled the trigger. Now, in the last month or so, I've been looking to buy a graded version of this card. I came so close and I lost in 5 seconds. So that card is the Latios and Latios Tag Team Full Art number 170 out of 181. I love this card. One of my favorite modern cards, if not my favorite modern cards. And you know, I almost won a CGC 9 for 350 Canadian. I lost with 5 seconds left because I'm stupid, and I bid with too much time left. With 15 seconds, the guy outbid me immediately. It was a tough loss, but you know, we've been keeping our eye out and looking. So I've been looking for PSA specifically. What's super interesting is I looked at the population report of this card, and there's actually more 10s than 9s. So I'm not going to say that, like, you know, a 9s are going to be worth more money, because that's just not the case. But it's interesting to see that, like, this set was so well printed that there's more 10s than 9s, which is super interesting to me. So it's actually another super interesting thing is that this PWCC auction that's ending on April 27th. So this was ending on April 27th as of recording this video. There's actually a 9 and a 10, which is super interesting because I haven't seen this card on PWCC for a while, and there's 2 of them in the slot. So I personally would love to buy a 10. I think 1,000 Canadian, you know, if you can get a 10 of this card, it's a really good deal. You know, for this 9 will probably finish around 550 Canadian, 550 to 600. PSA 9, you know, if you go back to the video where I talk about grading and PSA versus BGS for CGC, PSA just has that, you know, 15 to 20% more value than CGC due to the due to the name. I think CGC cards will be worth some money at the end of the day, but just PSI 9 holds a little more. I would have loved the CGC 9 of this card. I just lost it on auction, and there's not that many of them up. So I've been taking a look at PSA. So they're around, you know, people are listing them. These 10s, they'll never sell for 2 grand. It's just not the case. Let's go to the recently sold, actually, to kind of get a sense of what these cards are going for. So 9s recently sold for 620. I personally think that's a little high, given that the 10s are selling for around 1,000, 1,100. But what do I know? 500 for this CGC 9 is super high. That guy must have been bid rigging or something. The fact that these raw cards are $500, $440, like, it doesn't intrigue me, when the fact that the 9s really do sell for not much more. Let me just revise my search here. So look, a BGS 10, which in my opinion should be worth more than a PSA 10, sold for 1,500 Canadian. That's reasonable. This, no. Like, why? This is the one I lost right here. This is the one. This is where I think they should be at. If you see a CGC 9 for this price, buy it. Absolute steal. Absolute steal, in my opinion. Crack it if you want. Resend it to CGC and get subgrades. I don't know why this person didn't get subgrades, but it's whatever. So guys, I've been ranting for a little bit about this card. I love this card. I'm looking to buy this card. So I think you should keep this on your watch list for 2021 because it's super awesome. So that's enough of me rambling. Let's hop into the third card. So guys, we're going to take a break from Pokemon for a second to talk about this third card. It's from a recently released set from Ghosts from the Past. One of the OG, the first Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever made. It's one I've talked about in future videos about this original art, and I personally love it. That card is the Ghost Rare original art Dark Magician from Ghosts from the Past. For those who come here for Pokemon, you may not understand Yu-Gi-Oh so much, so I'm going to explain to you why this card is so sentimental to a lot of people and a lot of collectors, and why that you should look into buying this card even if you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh person. This artwork is the original print Dark Magician from 2002 with starter deck Yugi. This is arguably the best artwork they ever printed for this Dark Magician. Like I said, that's my personal opinion, but a lot of collectors in the Yu-Gi-Oh world share the sentiment. And it's a ghost rare, so ghost rares, it's like the ultimate rare, pretty much. It has a 3D look to it when you tilt the card. I wish I had one to show you. Mine's actually at PSA waiting to get graded. It's arguably the coolest printing that Yu-Gi-Oh's done, along with some of their collector's rares. But this one ticks all the boxes. It's a ghost rare. It's an original print Dark Magician. This card, it's a little pricey. I know, $1,000 Canadian. That's like $3 US. But when the set first came out, 900, 970. There were some people letting these cards go for cheaper. There was one I saw that sold for like $600. But I would say keep an eye on your Facebook groups. Join a couple Yu-Gi-Oh groups. Take it. Like, a lot of people are looking to sell those. $700-800. Just because they're sitting on $700 or $800. So yes, they're selling for $1,000, but not many people are gonna pay $1,000 for it, guys. Remember, $1,000 at the end of the day is a lot of money. You could buy 3 of the cards. We're on card number 3. You could buy 2 of the cards plus more with $1,000, right? So to spend $1,000 on one card is a lot. I'm personally going to keep an eye on this card because it's one of my favorite cards of all time. It's only going to go up in value exponentially because who knows if and when they're ever going to do another Ghost Rare original print. They probably won't. They'll probably do a different art, Dark Magician, eventually in the future. But they'll never do another Dark Magician original print like this. So guys, I would highly recommend looking at this card. I know it's a lot of money. Go ask your parents, your friends, take out a loan. Don't actually do that. And start saving your pennies for this card because I would highly recommend it. So let's hop into this fourth card. So guys, this fourth card is another one that I've been watching for a little bit that I never touched base on in the first video. This Pokemon is one of my favorite. It's a shiny Pokemon. And, it's surprisingly like the Latios and Latios. It's a card where the PSA 10 population is higher than the PSA 9. So without further ado, let's unveil it right now. And that card is the Shiny Rayquaza from the Hidden Fates Super Jumbo Premium Ultra collection. There's two. There's the one with the model that sells for like $1 million right now, and then there's like the one super premium collection that's about $300 or $400. You can pick up this card single for around 80 to 100 Canadian. I love this card because it's a shiny Rayquaza. If you look at the EX Deoxys one, the Gold Star, obviously it's way more rare, but 10 to 15 years later, it's worth a lot of money. Like I said, this card is super interesting because the PSA 10 population is actually higher than the PSA 9 population, which is weird because it's a promo card. So if you ever open the promo cards, like from Shining Legends, and they're in the plastic, and to pull them out, there's bound to be a nick or a scratch or something in the corners pulling this card out. So it's super interesting to see that a promo card in this plastic packaging has more 10s than 9s. What is this going to mean for the collector's value going forward? I don't know. A 10 will always sell for a 9, right? It is what it is. I find it super interesting that this card isn't worth more, though, to be honest. It's a shiny Rayquaza. Rayquazas are super sought after, and this is going to be a card that I'm going to be watching throughout 2021. If I sell some stuff, we'll see about picking it up. I'm not going to buy all these cards, like you said, guys. I'm going to pick up maybe 1 or 2 of the cards in this list. If I buy the Dark Magician, I'm probably going to have to just sell a bunch of stuff. Maybe I'm going to sell some of my sealed product to buy this Dark Magician because I really want it. But this is the 4th card of the list. I think you guys should take a look into this card. If you love Rayquazas, if you love shiny Pokemon, you love Hidden Fates, and you like PSA 10s for a reasonable price, this is a card for you to look at. So let's hop into the 5th and final card of this video. So guys, this is the 5th and last card of this video. We're going to go back into the Yu-Gi-Oh space for this last one. This is a vintage card. It was from the 3rd set ever made. It's a 1st edition. It's a slabbed card. And personally, one of my favorites. So without further ado, the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon from Magic Ruler 1st edition. So this is a PSA 7 version. I'm displaying the PSA 7 version because as you get into the 8s, 9s, and 10s, it's like a PSA 8s is like 700 to 750. A 9 is like 1500, and a 10 is around 4K. I would love to buy a 10. If I had 4K right now and you're like, you know what, Magsy, just buy it, I would. I love the original, the anime with the tunes. Just the artwork alone. Like I'm just gonna zoom into this too. Like the secret rare print in the claws. It's just a beautiful card, guys. If you've never seen this card in person, it's a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites. Blue Eyes is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, and the tune version is adorable. And but it packs a punch, and the value long term, it's just gonna go up and up. These cards, it's harder to find rare cards, rare vintage cards, and they actually had to change Magic Ruler. So the first printing, fun fact, guys. So the first printing of this set was called Magic Ruler. So all the first edition cards in their code, like you'll see here in the card, it'll say MRL000, so Magic Ruler. When they reprinted it and it was the unlimited version, it became Spell Ruler because they didn't want to compete with Magic. So fun fact for those of you who didn't know. But guys, this is going to be the 5th and final card of this video. This is diving Lidl. So this is diving into some vintage, some modern, some Yu-Gi-Oh, some Pokemon. So there's kind of something here for everyone. So guys, this is the updated list of 5 cards or products that you should be looking to buy in 2021, part 2. I'm going to be updating this list quarterly, I would say, every 3 or 4 months. I'm going to keep banging out this YouTube content for you guys. I'm going to have videos coming up shortly with one of actually, I would say the best single card seller in Toronto or the GTA. This guy makes a killing selling cards, and we're going to do something like, not a podcast, but we're going to do like we're going to be talking about, like, what it's like to sell cards, what it's like to sell single cards in the market, and just kind of do something different, something interesting, make it fun. We're going to do some more duels. We're gonna on EDO, and maybe deck profiles. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a great player to do this kind of stuff, but maybe we will, who knows. Without further ado, guys, make sure to smash that like button, smash that subscriber button, leave a comment down below if you're going to pick up any of the cards from this list. And as always, guys, I really appreciate your support. That's going to be all for today's video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace. But if you haven't, make sure to check out my last videos right here and subscribe right here. Bye.